up, everyone? Welcome to another video from Official 10X. Get ready for the top 5 exercises to master the planche. Alright, so before we begin, I just want to say this is just the top 5 exercises, in my opinion, that worked best for me when I was learning how to do the planche. There are so many more exercises that I did do and that you can do too, which you will find on the full planche tutorial guide on fanx.com, which we'll be releasing there. So this is just the 5 that I thought were best for me. So before we begin to learn the top 5 exercises, we have to understand straight arm strength. So when we're doing these exercises, it's important that you have keeping your arms straight and that you're not bending your arms at all, and you're concentrating on the ditch of your elbow tied in with your forearm and the end of your bicep. This is what is engaging when you're doing straight arm strength and when you're doing planche and stuff like that, and all these other exercises too. So let's go and figure out how to indicate that we're doing this movement correct and we're engaging the right muscles. So if you pick up a weight, something super small, you know, a book, something like that, and you hold it out to your body, right? From here, your arm is completely straight. You're gonna then squeeze. As you squeeze, you're gonna feel the pressure come in the ditch of your elbow along with meeting at the forearm and right here at the bicep. That is how you want to feel when you are doing these exercises that we're gonna do today and when actually doing the planche, right? So the more you squeeze also will help you to focus on that area there. So if it doesn't feel like this, or if your arm is a little bit bent or not completely locked out, you're not doing any of these exercises correctly. And this is very important, because if you're doing any of these exercises with your arms bent, that skill is not going to transfer over. You can be doing bent arm of all these exercises, bent arm planche for the rest of your life. You'll never do straight arm planche. You'll never do a real planche, because to do real planches with straight arms in perfect form, you have to train with straight arms. You have to strengthen that straight arm strength. Okay, so this is super important that you're using correct form. So now that we know what's correct form, how to do straight arm strength and how to apply it, how to know what if it feels right or not, this is how we actually start to engage it. When we're going up onto the bars, for example, we're going to go first down with the scapula, back with the scapulas, and then down. From there, you can feel you start to engage the lats. From there, you're going to push down and close as you move forward. So the shoulder actually goes back, down, and then forward, almost like a C. From here, you're starting to engage the lats more, and that's what's going to be held to support. So from here, as you can see, you push, straighten out the arms, point out the elbow ditch, right? Core is tight, everything is tight. You're gonna push down with your palms so your shoulders go down, and then squeeze in like that. And that is how you start to engage, as you can see. All right, so now that we know how to engage and we start doing these moves, we're gonna start with the first exercise. Now to make these exercises a little bit harder, I'm gonna put on some extra weight, and we're gonna do it with a weight vest. So, if this is the first time you're doing any of these exercises, I would advise you not to put on extra weight. Don't use a weight vest. This is only if you've already watched this video and you've already been doing these exercises, because you want to make sure that you can do these exercises with perfect form before moving on and trying to add weight to your body, right? Like I always say when people start doing weights, you know, you should start to learn how to master your own body weight before you start to add weight onto your body, right? So that's what we're gonna do. So that's why I'm wearing this vest. But for all you doing these exercises for the first time, do it without a vest. You can continue to do it with a vest, and this will triple your planche game. You know, when I started training with the vest, it changes everything, especially when it comes to planche. Imagine you take this thing off and you feel super light. So the first exercise is we're gonna go from an L sit, tucked L sit, and then a tucked planche, and then we're gonna go back into those movements one by one for about 3 seconds each. And the goal is to try to do that consecutively without getting down off the bars for a total of 30 seconds. But really, you can start and you can do as many as you want at the beginning. You'll eventually work your way up. So it's important to keep your arms locked out the whole time when you're doing this. So it should look like this. Arms locked out when you first start, core is tight, head is forward. The elbows, see, I'm holding on tight. I point the ditches out like that to make sure that they'll stay straight. From there, up, legs out. 1, 2, 3, going to tuck, arms are still straight. Now I'm even more pointing out. See that? 1, 2, 3. Now lean forward and I push the palms forward. I'm not bending my arms at all. If I was like this, that's big no. You want to make sure it's locked out. Okay? Come back here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. So keep going through these movements right here. All right, so the next exercise is tucked planche pumps. So we're gonna go into a tucked L-sit, and then from there, we're gonna pump up as if we're going into a tucked planche. We're gonna go as high as we can. So we're gonna make our hips go as high as we can. The more you push like this, harder you lean forward, the higher you're gonna go. And this is gonna help you for when you're first going into that planche and having the energy and the power to just boom and push into it. So it should look like this. You want to rep this out, do about 10. So from here, push up, lean forward, push up. Make sure your arms stay straight. So that's an excellent move right there. Now this next move I'm about to show you is one of my favorites. This is one that really made me go from a tuck planche to a straddle. This is how I got my straddle planche specifically with this move. This also helped once I was able to do a straddle planche and to obtain my full planche. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go from an L-sit to a straddle planche. And you're gonna do it by rocking back and forth, but you're gonna keep your arms straight. At the beginning when you're doing this, you might do it with a little swing and momentum, but as long as you're doing it with the intent that you're gonna try to slow yourself down and control that movement, eventually you're gonna do it slower and slower and slower until you just boom, hold it, right? So for this exercise, we're gonna go into an L-sit and we're gonna hold it for a second, then go back in, and then hold it. For all of you that can already do straddle, I would suggest going from L-sit, straddle, L-sit, full planche, L-sit, straddle, L-sit, full. For those of you that can't even do a straddle yet, focus on just the straddle first. So it should look like this. Make sure you're also leaning forward, okay? All right, so obviously, the more weight you have on you, the harder, but as long as your arms are locked out, you're working that. So the next move, this one is very, very significant. This move got me from my straddle to my full planche, especially when I was having trouble leaning, getting that lean in there. So next, we're gonna move on to the rings. Now, if you're not training with rings, you're missing out completely because this will take you to a whole new level. You can do your whole training program on rings. In fact, I'm coming out with a ring program very, very soon. These things get you super strong, especially because when you're training on them, you make your own stability versus, training on something that's already stable. So this gets you strong super fast, especially when working with straight arms. So first thing we're gonna do is gonna go up and we're just gonna hold it with our arms straight, shoulders pointed down, and we're gonna try to squeeze our hands as close to the body as possible with our arms locked out. Just hold for time. You want to make sure that you can do this hold for at least 20 to 30 seconds, right? Once you can hold that, the more advanced move would be to hold and start pointing out your wrists like this, so you're exposing the ditch. The more you expose the ditch of your elbow, the more your pressure you're putting on that straight arm strength, you're gonna get way better, way faster. So from here, then you can hold like that. Once you've been practicing this for a while, now we can get into holding, and from holding by your side, you're gonna push down, come up in the forward, squeeze together like this, and touch the rings here, then come back. Rep, come back, all controlled the whole time, right? On the last one, come here and just hold, okay? Squeezing in helps a lot, especially when you do it on the bars in a planche or shadow planche. When you're squeezing in at the same time as you keep your arms straight and you're leaning forward, it's gonna solidify that flatness, as well as if you point your chin and point your toes at the same time, right? So it's all these little tips that acquire the technique that allows you to do this in the end. So we're gonna show you how to go from here, push down, lean forward, come in, touch, come back out. So lean forward, in, touch, come back out. So hold, 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 back out those arms. Whew. We come back down. All right, ring holds. Okay, so the last one we got. You won't need this anymore. Okay, so now we're gonna pick up some dumbbells and we're gonna start with around the world. So you wanna make sure that your arms are locked out and that you're feeling the pressure in the ditch of your elbow. But you're coming down with your arms locked out and you're feeling the negative as much as you feel going straight up. See that? At the end of these reps, you can hold right out here. Just hold, squeeze. Awesome. This move, you want to start off light. There's no shame in starting off with 5 pounds. Eventually working yourself up more and more weight. This, you don't even need to do with that much weight. If you can do it with 25, you should be already holding planche. Remember to keep your arms straight. So, there you have it. The top 5 exercises for mastering planche. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, these are just the 5 that helped me out the most in achieving my goals. There's so many more exercises that I already did, but you can find them all in the complete technique guide, which will be on thenx.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at thenx. Follow me on Instagram, Chris Heria. Don't forget to let us know what you want the next video to be about. We have daily workouts on thenx.com right now. Don't forget to start doing those and start getting the best shape of your life and testing those new ThenX skills. Till next time, guys, peace.